Hello, this is my vlog. I think it's, can't remember, 11th or 12th. What day of the week? That's a good question. Don't know. Um, so yeah, I was like working until the morning, basically till I passed out. Yeah, I like it like that. And then I kind of fell asleep. And then I woke up this morning and was working for a little bit, and then I called my mom at about noon because I got up at I woke up at about 11. I think I fell asleep at maybe 4, so probably like 7 hours or 3:30. So I was working from 11 to 12. Then I called my mom because it was like noon. I was like, if she wanted me to help her out with anything or going to walk or a bike ride or whatever. I have a gym. She talked me into getting a gym membership because I live across the street from a gym, and they were having like a special, or it was only like $225 for like the whole year or something. But the problem is I knew I wasn't going to use it. So I tried to talk her out of it, but she kept insisting. So I went in there and I bought it. And this is like 2 months ago, and I haven't been there one time. So we were going to do that. But then she called and I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that. She wants to go swimming with me all the time because she goes swimming like a lot at my apartment complex. But I never want to go because I don't like getting wet. The water is really warm though. And I don't want to go to the gym either. So the only things that I can do is go on a bike ride with her or a walk. So went over there. Oh, no, she picked me up. And she's like, but on the phone, she's like, do you mind if we go to Costco? So I was like, all right, if we go to Costco, let's just go on a hike near there. So we went down to Costco because she wanted to get gas because she thinks the gas is going to get expensive. So I was like, if we're already there, let's just get food. So I went in and got 2 lemonades and another fruit juice that I can't. Oh, and a Green Machine fruit juice, and potatoes, and a bag of frozen vegetables. Yeah, and then I think she got a couple of things, can't remember. But then we drove up to do the hike, which was like on the way. It was like over in Marshall. And, but it was closed, I guess, because of the fire still. It burned down, I guess, the welcome hut there and all that. So there was a fire here that like covered an area of like 10 square miles or something, this huge area. Because there happened to be this fire on the day that there was like more wind than there's ever been ever. Like literally 90 a mile an hour wind, like literally clocked at 90 miles an hour that day. And at the same day, I guess it was these like 12 tribes of Israel religious cult was burning one of their barns down with their garbage and on that day, and caught everything on fire and like burned down all these houses, like random houses. Like we went to my mom's friend's house the other day in like Superior, and none of the house, there was this one row of houses, and the entire row of the houses was completely burned down. And it was the houses next to this gully. I guess the gully caught on fire. It was a brush fire. Even though the grass was only a foot high, the fire managed to travel like 5 miles across the brush and then catch the houses 5 miles away. More than 5 miles away, 10 miles away on fire. Just because traveling across the freaking 1 foot high grass. And there was actually a fire underneath there that's been going on for like 140 years, a coal fire, Marshall fire. But yeah, just that one row. And then the whole rest of the entire neighborhood, all the houses were fine. Like my mom's friend's house is right next to it. Anyway, but that was close. We drove up El Dorado Canyon, but then you have to pay $10. So I guess we'll go back there later when we pay the money and go and use it for more time. So we drove down, went to this other trailhead, and walked up the trail to this old historical house called the Dunn House, built in 1858. The very first settler here. And I guess he said that when he moved here and living in his house, like there were Indians living around there in camps. Pretty crazy. But yeah, the house was still there. And then really well made 2-story, perfectly square wooden house. Looks like an old Roman house. Um, yeah, and then we went over to her house and she made me this like really nice dinner with chicken and potatoes and carrot. And then she drove me back here. So I gonna get back to work. So last night I did manage to get all of these extra like files organized to where they need to go. But then I saw that there was some more, so now I'm doing those. And then I organize like all the ditches and then after that I guess that's when I'll finish naming the all the different rivers that are compounded with different files, and then and then do the area. So to do the streams, including the drainage basin watershed of all of the streams in Boulder County. I guess 2 more days, all of today and tomorrow. I think I've been doing this like 2 weeks because I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves me right, I started this streams and rivers of Boulder on the same day that Russia invaded Ukraine, and that was 2 weeks ago. So, that's interesting. And so maybe another couple days, but whatever, 2 weeks, whatever. It's worth it. So yeah, 2 more days after today. So then 3 more days, maybe I'll be able to back up and start working. I don't really care anymore. And I think I even told my mom, it's amazing how quickly I shut her up. Because she used to give me so much trouble regularly. Stop working on the website. You need to start exercising. Be exercising. Ride your bike, go outside, stop working on the website. And so then every time I'd be like, oh no, but I'm not ready, whatever. And then she'd get all mad and yell. But then I come with the idea, sign the 3 parts, the 3 agreements. Don't constantly tell me to sell my bike. Don't constantly tell me to stop riding my bike. And don't constantly tell me to get a job, even if I don't need the money. Because that's something that she unleashes whenever I start trying to ride. And she's like, I ain't signing that. Like she even said it today. She bothered me today. I go, well, sign the 3 parts. And she says, I'm never signing it. And it was over. So we don't fight anymore about that. It's like totally fixed it. It's like amazing how quickly and easily it shut her up. Like that's all I had to do. Expecting this big fight, but so anyways, so now I'm in a state where I figured out how to work all the time. Figured out how to get my mom under control. That was really the only thing that was stressing me out. Turns out, I think I'm not going to have to get a job anytime soon. I was getting myself out of credit card debt, but then before I was out, I was like whittling down. It became clear that I'm definitely paying it off. Only 3,000 or 4,000, whatever in debt, and so I was like, "Fuck it, let's just go buy a bunch of stuff," because like all of a sudden I decided I needed to have 3 bookshelves. Well, not 3 bookshelves. I need to have every single historical movie ever made that was worth it, that was good, that's a historical movie about something that actually happened, or an historically accurate movie that's centered in a kingdom that actually was. So I got, I think like all of them. And if I see another one, I'm going to get it. Like I'm on it. So I got an entire bookshelf worth, a whole stacked up like this, and then 1.5. So now I'm waiting for more, and I think I'll get like 2 or maybe even more than 2. So then I bought 2 headsets for Xbox so that I can watch movies with my mom. And she said she wants to do that. So, I'm in like a good spot to just concentrate. I'm not going to watch any of those Xbox movies, only with my mom here. So I'm going to try. She likes movies and she always wants to go to the movie theater. So if I can see if I can get her to come over here. But I'm not going to do any of that on my own. I actually told her I haven't watched a movie on my own since like 2013 or something. I I only watch movies with other people when they're in the background, and I don't even watch it. It's just like there. So yeah, I'm just in a really good state where I'm working all the time. So there's no real reason for me at this point to take any shortcuts with anything. Don't worry about anything. Just go ahead. And so whatever I'm working on now is what I'm going to just keep working on until it's done. So after this, I'm going to finish fixing links for all the Googler stuff I'm working on. And a couple more days. Oh, and I think as soon as I can come up with the time, and I don't know when that's going to be because I'm like always working, but see if I can borrow my mom's car. But I want to build a cage around my fireplace because I have like a foot. I haven't measured it, but it's like at least like 8 inches of dirt because I have this wood planks that are like 8 inches, almost a foot. And I have dirt, planter's dirt, all the way up to the top of it. And then I have like another 8 inches of glass panel. And so I want to make a cage with small enough wire that like big crickets can't get out. Because it's eventually going to be for like a bearded dragon. But and then I'll have 2 doors. I'll just build the whole thing myself to get in there. But I want to buy a hamster and throw him in there because hamsters love to dig, and that would just be a hamster's freaking paradise. This hamster would just be digging all the time, and I'm just curious to see like what kind of digging. Like, is he gonna make a big mound or like a tunnel complex or what? Like, hamster paradise. So I want to set up the cage with all the lights and everything, and then even buy like the special lights and heating pads for the reptile whenever the hamster dies. Hamster live about 3 years. That's how far ahead I think. I'm the kind of lunatic who would buy like all of the UV lights and like even extra bulbs and heating pads like on the same day that I would buy a hamster, planning for the day that in 3 years later when the hamster dies I'm gonna buy a lizard for those heating pads. That's kind of like how I'm setting up my whole life. Like a couple of years ago when I thought I had the money but I didn't have the money, which ended up costing me like so much money and interest that I don't want to talk about, but I got a time trial bike 2 years ago for when I'll use it in 2 years in the future. Yeah, so I think ahead. I'm gonna go get back to work. Oh, I've just been listening to all this Russian invasion stuff because it's distracting me, but also the Putin files. I'm listening to every last one of the Putin files on PBS channel. All the people who know everything about Putin on there, and then they have this thing called the Trump files. I might listen to that too, because Putin and Trump are like the same person in different bodies. The Antichrist. And then but when I can, I'm always trying to go back and listening to this book that I listened to. I think it was the most recent book I bought. Got it last month. Then what the hell book did I get this month? Oh yeah, I did get it last month because it's like this 12th. Because on the 17th I get it. So I did get it last month. The last book I bought, 23-hour long. It's called Generations by Strauss and Howe. It's from like 1990 or something. Dude, that's the best book ever. They're talking about all the different generations and cyclums, which is 4-generation cycle, from like 1450. And they're talking about them like they're people, like their personalities and everything. Oh my God, that's the best way to talk of history. I want to do that. That's like the number one ultimate intellectualism. That's the top at peak of the pyramid and intellectualism, as far as I'm concerned. The smartest person is the dude who can write the history book about all the different generations, like their people, psychoanalyzing them. Because and then after that, you do the future prediction one. So I want to do that for ancient Rome, and end up here at the top of the pyramid. Because and then do future, but of course not anytime soon. I'm just trying to wrap up my Google Earth projects now. Fix the Google Earth links, and then tie up loose ends on my website, and then hopefully around that time I'll be able to charge mountain bike on my credit card and start mountain biking, and then just do that full time for like 10 years. Or maybe I'll just wait until I'm 50, because that gives me another 2 years, a year and 3/4, and then just do my entire 50s being a pro athlete in my 50s. And then when I'm 60, pick it up again. And just for that 10 years, just use my website as kind of like something to wind down on, It's one of the things I wind down on. There's lots of things I can do winding down. Watch movies. There's all those movies I have to watch. Actually, that's not winding down. I would never watch a movie that way. In fact, that's what I had said to my mom. She goes, "Why did you buy all those movies?" I go, "Well, because when I start training, I'll want to watch movies, because I don't get to watch movies anymore. I can't watch movies because I'm always working. So it's my only opportunity to watch a movie, 100% watch it. And like I can get totally in the zone, because it's like Blu-ray, 70-inch TV, like right in front of my face, like on my treadmill, with like nice sound. Like it's a perfect excuse to sit there and watch a movie and to keep going on the treadmill. And then I have the bicycle with the other TV in front of it. So I can start getting in shape again whenever that is, if it's the wintertime, just by being inside all the damn watching movies, And because I'm not going to want to be all that interested in riding outside unless it's like a perfect day. I get bored with bicycling on the paved road pretty quickly, and I don't even want to touch my time trial bike if I'm this fat. I don't want to have a mountain bike, so yeah. Or even if I have it's a good time to ride inside and do the stuff inside. I don't even need a mountain bike, but I want one, because it's way extra. Like that's when the really awesome bike rides you can do, like the trails and stuff, But I don't have a car. Well, actually, but I don't need a car, because in the mornings you can take the bus all the way up to Netherland High, which is right up there in the mountains. Damn. It's making me want to do it. I have to be careful to not think about sports too much and like bicycling and stuff, because it starts making me want to do it. Like when I'm building the trails on Google Earth, I make sure to only work on the trails and not do other stuff like, I wonder what bikes there are, because like then I just get stressed out, But yeah, no, I'm in a good work spot. I can do the whole rest of the year. So yeah, hopefully tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, and then I'll be done with the rivers, and I can finally get going on. Finally start working on the pages for them, which will be like a welcome relief. This has been kind of a headache, and that'll be like totally brain dead stuff. So I can then go and start working on that Generations again. You should listen to that book. It's really interesting. Oh my God, almost 20 minutes. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow.